Okay, ready?
Let's go.
Okay, number one question. Okay, my name is Susan Robinson. This is
Jim Robinson. Good evening.
So, tell us about you and your family. Please give us one sentence about each member, describing his or her unique personalities.
Well, we have a magically great family. My sweet wife is very supportive and very effective, and she does great things and takes good care of me.
Yeah, and he takes good care of me. And we have two kids that are our kids together. Allison and Patricia, they're 22-year-old twins. They couldn't be more diverse. Allison is a sorority English communications major, very high style, and can tell you all about fashion and makeup. And Patricia can tell you all about earth science and the situations that are affecting our world politically. She's really cozy, kind of a 2012 hippie.
Allison just graduated and started her first job on Monday.
Right.
Off we go. Patricia's studying toxicology, environmental toxicology, and is very engaged.
And we did more than one sentence. And then we have Jake. Jake is my son, who is older. He is 30-something, and is a great guy who actually has a piece of land above our land that we gave him many, many years ago. And he's a rock and roll singer and has a day job. Very successful guy with two great kids and happy guy.
That pretty little piece of land that we're talking about has been in the family since just before the twins were born. We bought it in 1988.
I was pregnant.
It is a great spot. It is different than most waterfront in that it's really long along the water, 250, 300 feet, and it's not very deep. It's maybe only 100 feet at the best. But it's a long piece of beach that treats us well, and we called it the land from the start, and we called it Lunacy because there's a group of rocks that kind of look like the moon, and it's the sea, and we called it Lunacy.
And you're jumping way ahead because that's like question number 8.
Okay.
But that's okay. You're digressing in advance. There's got to be a word for that. So, hobbies and interests. Okay, I am a residential real estate broker specializing in waterfront view properties and a jazz singer. And Jim is a public defender, attorney in the management realm for King County in Seattle, and an avid skier. We both windsurf big time and both ski. Hobbies and interests. Anything else?
One of the best interests is out at the beach, out at the land. There's crabs and clams and shrimps, and we just enjoy spending our time on the water.
True. Any water, which is why we're here. Actually, what you see is we're at our home, our residence inside the city of Seattle in Ballard. This is not the land, but it's the same kind of feel. Lots of salt water in our life. Please describe the personal style of you and your spouse. I think we kind of went there already.
Yes.
Accidentally. How do you dream of incorporating these styles into our dream house? Okay, one of the things we do a lot is party a lot. We have a lot of friends that we invite to our land, and it's very fun. We sit around the campfire, we sing, we do the marshmallows, we tell long, involved stories that are crazy, and we have sleeping porches now because we don't have an official house there, so we just have sleeping porches. And one of our favorite things to do is just invite 4 or 5 couples to put our heads together on the sleeping porches and tell stories after lots of cocktails. That's
it.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of the land in a nutshell. Obstacles you and your family have had to overcome in the past to get where we are today?
We had the most amazing obstacle. In 2000...
2000.
We bought a house, and we were moving in. It was up the streetways. And about 2 years later, they told us the deed had been forged, and we got kicked out. So we had to scramble and lost a bunch of money, but found a new house, and now we're happy as can be.
I guess the answer is we've overcome a few things, but it doesn't matter because we've overcome them. Onward and upward. Tell us about your property. Okay, you kind of went there already.
It's a long beach. It's all basalt. It's on Hood Canal, and one of the most amazing things about it is if when you look to the southeast, there's 25 miles of water. It's not that wide, maybe only 2 or 3 miles, but it's 25 miles of water, which is a great view, and magic of watching the tide streams go in and out, and the birds go by. And I was out there today, and the eagles didn't realize that I was there, and they came in jousting right above the campfire spot, and I could hear the flutter of the wings and bouncing off each other of the eagles. And this is the time that there's eagles. Earlier in the year, there's balloons, which is really magic. The eagles go away later, but then there's crabbing and all kinds of other good stuff.
So animals, let's talk about animals a little bit. It's one of the things I'd really like to do with our house is to have a spot where we can really look at those eagles. Because he's speaking of the eagles, and surprising that this is something that we continually get a kick out of. We'll be doing our thing, hanging out on our land, and the eagles, because it's just like maybe 15 feet off the beach, they're fishing and they're concentrating on their catch. And then they see us and kind of take them back, and it's really fun, surprising eagle. So we have eagles, we have osprey, we have heron, lots of blue heron, hawks. We also have gray whales. We've seen gray whales. Imagine a gray whale right next to the rowboat. We've done that. Orcas. We have lots of orcas in the canal. We have cougars, and of course the usual great squirrels and
Raccoons
steel harpoons.
and otters and seals.
But we've not seen a cougar, but our next door neighbor has. So what else do we have? It's so special to us in a million ways. We've had it most of our married life, all of our kids' life. People that visit come. We have kind of an outhouse, in-house. It's plumbed, but it's a special room just for. We call it the wash house. And on the wall there, we have a felted pen strapped to the wall, and people over the years have written poems and different things about how they feel about their visit to the land. It's kind of fun. Some's kind of moody, some's kind of very articulate, artsy, poetic. It's very cool. Little extra thing. Trisha's throwing that too. To describe in as much detail as possible what type of home we'd like to build.
A home with a lot of place to watch the landscape and the animals and the birds, and to escape from the rain, cold,
Big one.
Pacific Northwest winter. A house would make it much more able for us to spend more of the winter time there than we currently do, because the buildings we have are not particularly good for cold, wet weather.
Yeah, amen. So in order to use the land to its fullest extent, we really need to have something that keeps us out of the weather. And our skipping porches and cabins don't do that. So I envision pretty big time. The property is in tiers down to the beach, and I envision a bridge from the driveway where we park over to the entrance of the house, and then a staircase down to the main level. Main level is really important to me, of course. It's going to have a big fireplace, which I assume will be a little bit of an issue with the treehouse, although I did see some on the websites that I previewed. But a fireplace is important based on the nature of the Pacific Northwest winters and the coziness of that. Good book, great music, fireplace, etc. And then I'd like to have like sleeping alcoves all the way around the perimeter, so that we can invite several couples. And my thought was to have sleeping alcoves almost be like bay windows with double bed padded, and then a spot underneath to stow everyone's own gear. So everyone has their own little spot, and yet we're still together at night for sleep time when we're telling our stories. Big bathroom, so it can double as a changing room, and then of course quick access to outside to the beach, to the outside fire pit. Anything else? Okay, why is a treehouse important to you and your family? I think we covered that in
Getting there in the winter.
question 6. What is your ballpark budget for this treehouse? That's a great one. You know, we've gotten to a point in our life where it's a matter of choice and how we want to spend our money. Just got a great increase because one of our kids is out of college. The budget's going to depend on what we can find for what. Something to be discussed and decided upon. We're kind of out there in the blue on it. I don't think I want to go a $300,000 treehouse, but I'm willing to talk. Can be just to figure out what it's going to cost to craft a wonderful spot for our life and our family. How's that?
Good.
Cool? Okay. Number 9, in what ways do you think having a treehouse is going to make you and your family life better? Again, I think that's been articulated earlier.
It's about the winter. It's about whenever the weather's not perfect, then you can stay there anyway. It's about sharing it with our kids and their friends and their kids, because our girls are 22 and soon there ought to be more, I would expect. And
Zach and Zoe.
And Jake and his kids, Zach and Zoe. So, and sharing it with everybody. There's no end of people that we take out there through the summer, and if we can expand that time, hang out in the winter. The 25 miles that I spoke of is the alley with which the storms come. Watching storms from the balcony would be awesome.
One of the coolest memories is one of our first boats. The storms get so wild there. It's not a protected area, and the water's really powerful. And early on, we bought a rowboat in our great knowledge of how the water treated land out there. Parked the rowboat, tied it up on a tree in one area that we call now that we have a tree house, which is basically a landing in one of the trees heading down to the beach. We tied up the boat there. Winter went. We came back in spring. What was left was just a little nose doodah that held the rope. So it was the rope attached to the tree and the nose metal doodah for the rowboat. Rowboat was gone. Reclaimed. Okay, who will be using it the most? We address that as well.
That would be us.
Yeah, it would be us. It would totally be us. So yeah, we would be out there a lot. We both have really kind of high intense jobs, type A jobs, and just getting there, driving down the road, seeing the land, just is an amazing relaxer, stress reliever.
Just last weekend, or just day before yesterday, I drove down the road to the land, and as I came into the clearing, there was a great big eagle sitting right across the clearing in a tree, and I was relaxed. You know, it takes about 2 hours from Seattle to get to the land, as we call it, and we hide there and work over it.
Yep, no TV. Why do you think you and your family would be great for this show? How? We actually are not invested in being in the show. We're frankly not big television watchers. However, our kids are pretty much hams. He's a trial attorney, so he's not afraid of crowds, and I'm a jazz performer, as I mentioned earlier, so I'm not afraid of crowds, so there's no fear factor there. We do fine in that situation. However, we're not attached to notoriety. We're more attached to the possibility of getting a very cool, very unusual place to live in the summers and part of the winters. It might cost us a little less. So, I think that's it.
Thank you very much.
Bye for now.